Another concept that Christianity has introduced to Africans, which has completely annihilated Africans, is the concept of grace. Africans believe that things work by grace. When you ask them, what is the meaning of grace? A classical definition of grace is unmerited favor. So you want to get things that you do not merit. You don't want to work hard for the things you want. You just want to get them through unmerited favor. Grace only works in a system where there is corruption, because without corruption, there can be no grace. What grace means is that two persons come for a job interview. One is way more qualified than the other, but the person who is lesser qualified gets the job, while the more qualified person goes home without the job. That is what grace means, because the person who is not qualified received grace, while the more qualified person did not have grace. That is how Africans work exactly, and this is the bedrock of corruption in Africa. Because we start thinking in terms of grace, we think that to make it in life, you don't need hard work. You don't need to be diligent at what you do. You don't need to strive to be the best at what you do. You just need grace. This is why most African youth have resigned themselves. They keep praying for grace. They ask God for grace. The reason why you think you need a God in heaven is because you do not believe in yourself. You do not believe in your abilities, and you have not developed your skills and your potentials. That is why you need a God who is going to cut corners for you, who is going to help you win against people who have really worked on themselves. But these people who believe in grace, if you bring them to the logical reality of their beliefs, they are going to run away from it. For example, you who is a grace believer, if you went to a hospital today and you needed a surgery, and there are two doctors, one is more qualified and one has grace, who do you think you are going to accept to put the knife on you? Of course, you are going to go for the one who is more qualified, but in reality, you are looking for grace. Why do you think you need grace in your own profession? Why are you not trying to be the best of the best? Why are you not trying to be the best of yourself? You think it is grace that brought you where you are, and you are going to be living your life by grace. If you want to take a flight, would you want to have a pilot who is qualified, or you want a pilot who is there by grace? You will naturally go for a pilot who is qualified, because competence is better than grace. But Africans think only in terms of grace. That is why in Africa, we have the worst people ruling us. Meanwhile, our best brains are elsewhere in other countries, working and serving and building those countries. Because in Africa, competence does not work. In Africa, there is no meritocracy. In Africa, it is grace. Grace is what works in Africa, not competence. We have completely killed the concept of meritocracy in Africa, and this is destroying us. This has been brought to us by religion. Somebody will corrupt their way into office and then come and give thanks to God for grace. Somebody will steal, cheat, loot, and do all kinds of nasty things, and yet come and thank God for grace. Because we have not valued meritocracy. Because we do not give value to meritocracy. It is really sad and unfortunate for us Africans if we do not do away with this thing called religion. Christianity and Islam, these two things, if we do not do away with these things as Africans, there is no development for us. These religions were not brought to Africa to develop Africa. They were brought to Africa to completely keep Africa in captivity and in bondage. It is time for this generation to wake up and change the narrative.